Mimi naitwa Susan Chesina. Nilikuwa mgombea mmoja wa kiti cha wamama katika Baringo County. We've come here today to launch our complaint on how the nominations were conducted in Baringo County. I think for me, we were not satisfied with the results. The nominations were full of anomalies. They were full of multi-practices, and there was no free, fair and credible elections in Baringo County, and therefore it is very difficult for us to accept the results that were not right. We've come here because we are true members of UDA. We have supported the party fully. We engaged ourselves in registering members. We used our resources to make sure that the party stands. We did a lot of campaigns which were very, very expensive. And there were some people who just stayed there in Nairobi. And when they came, they did not even register a single member of the party. We sold the party very well to everybody. We marketed the party properly. We branded our vehicles, which also marketed the party. Some people did not do any of those. They didn't come to campaign. They didn't even have agents in the polling stations. And they only came one day just to come and steal and spoil and did very bad things during the nominations. So we are here, we are complaining. We are saying it is not right, we can't accept this. And we love our party and we don't want these multi-practices to tilt the thinking of the people. Our people are dissatisfied. Our people are so much discouraged by such kind of things. We were promised that the nominations will be fair, free and credible. But what we are seeing now is something different from what we were promised. We have never had another nomination like this before in this Baringo County. This is the worst one ever to be seen. Because we know very well that the people who turned out for nomination were between 20 and 30%. But if you look at the results, they are reading 70+%. So where did these people come from? And yet in the polling stations, there were only few people. Everybody reported the turnout of the voters was very low. So there is no way somebody will get votes without the people voting. We didn't see the people. We saw very few people coming to vote. And for us, in our polling stations, where our people reported that the ballot papers were sold to one of the candidates of Women Rep, who later on gave to our supporters. So each of the supporters had over 5, 6, 7 to 10 in this polling voter paper, and they were allowed to vote like 5 times. The voters were bought. The agents, our agents were intimidated in the polling stations by the goons that were sent by one of our contestants. Now, for us, we are not satisfied. We are calling upon the election board to organize for another election for the women reposition in Baringo. They are very much aware that they tilted the ground when they came to Baringo, and it never came back to normal up to today when the votes were casted. People still believe that there was a candidate who was a favorite of some people in Nairobi or people people close to the deputy president. Another thing that I want to say is that for us, we love the party. We have worked for the party. Personally, I have been marketing the party. Personally, I have supported William Samoei Ruto from 2013 to date, and I expected that this time round we will be given something that will satisfy all of us. It doesn't matter. You must not win in an election, but if you win, if you lose genuinely, it is okay. But for this one, we can't say, because what will happen now? What will happen to the people of Baringo? Since they did not vote that particular candidate, they may turn out and vote another person who doesn't even belong to the party. And we will lose as a party, because we want all the seats to go to the party. And if you annoy people, you discourage people, then they can jump guard and they can decide to elect another person who doesn't belong to the party. And that is what we want to avoid, because we want to make our party strong. We want people to believe in our party. So that is our complaint. And I think personally, I called the returning officer during the election. I told him there were things that were going on that were not right. And he told me to write a letter. And I was wondering, at that particular time when the exchange of money, when the exchange of ballot papers, when people were chased away from, when the agents were chased away from the room, how would I have written a letter at that particular time? But I called him. He is aware. I told him things are not right here and they should come to our rescue, which they did not. So for me, I think the best thing is for the election for women rep position in Baringo County to be repeated. That is the only way. That is the only way everybody will get satisfied with the results. But as for now, it was a shambolic nomination. It was the worst that has ever happened. And this one the people who did this will even spoil for the party, because people will start putting questions, which is not right. So I am asking the party to consider another nomination for the women position in Baringo County. That's the only way we will be satisfied.
Maybe should the party doesn't repeat the nomination exercise, are your options open?
For any reason, if the party will feel that whatever was done is right and they don't want to do a repeat of the same, then we will have to talk to our supporters so that we agree on the path to take. Because we also respect our voters. We have many supporters. They casted their votes. It was not counted. They interchanged the votes. If you have gotten, like, for example, 140, and the other person has 2, they will add either 2 zeros or 4 to increase their numbers. They interchange the results. When you have many votes, they give it to the other person and they give you the less votes. So our supporters also have a say on what to do next. Yes.
Which is the ultimatum, because we know by 22 is the date.
We are just giving them maybe 2 days to give us the way forward. If they are in acceptance or not. Then we will have our meeting with our supporters and then we'll give our direction.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.